सूरज की पहली किरण के साथ दिन की शुरुआत कीजिए। सुबह का मंगल प्रभात आपको शुभ हो। सुबह सुबह हो खुशियों का मेला, ना लोगों की परवाह ना दुनिया का झमेला। पंछियों का संगीत हो और मौसम अलबेला। मुबारक हो आपको ये खूबसूरत सवेरा। हर सोमवार से लेकर शुक्रवार तक सुबह 6 से लेकर 9 बजे तक शामिल रहें रेडियो फिजी 2 पर हम सफर में रविंद्र सिंह के साथ।
In the news tonight, Sheraton staff stage lightning protest. Spotlight on Fiji's talents in new TV program. And rain or hail, FBC 3112th Street Party gets underway. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Disgruntled staff of the Sheraton hotels in Nadi went on a lightning strike today. And as Christopher Chund reports, the Landowners Committee, which initiated the protest, has handed about a dozen grievances to the management to resolve.
Of Sheraton Fiji Resort, Sheraton Villas, Westin and Denarau Golf and Record Club started to arrive at Narewa village. By 9 a.m. a large crowd had gathered, showing their solidarity in the decision to boycott work. The move to go on strike was made yesterday by the Landowners Committee, who claims that working conditions of employees are diminishing. By 10 a.m. Sheraton Fiji manager Scott McDonnell and Westin manager Ravinder Desi arrived to negotiate with the landowning unit. The meeting took place at the Twin Nandis residence and lasted almost an hour and a half, following which protesters were told of the resolution they had reached.
That is the outcome of our meeting with the management and the Twin Nandi. So we will wait for 14 days. They'll try to solve all the issues that you related to them on 14 days. Comes 14 days, if anything comes up, nothing comes up, we'll meet again here on January the 14th.
Starwood Group General Manager Shane Cunning could not be reached for a comment, and the resort revealed that they would not be issuing a statement.
Everyone has to be smiling because what we came here to do, we've achieved that. So clap your hands.
By midday, staff were boarding buses to return to work after an agreement had been reached.
If it was illegal, the two managers wouldn't have come. The two managers wouldn't have said for us to go back to work. So we'll sort things out.
I'm advised that the workers have returned to work, which is a good thing, and that the parties will sit down and negotiate. And I think that's a good thing that, through dialogue you can resolve many things, and I'm hoping that that good sense will prevail.
For now, staff are back at work and hoping that their concerns will be met over the next 2 weeks. Christopher Chand, FBC News.
And now we cross live to our West Office to join Christopher Chand, who has been following the strike since this morning. Chris, what does the Ministry of Labour have to say about the protest?
Chone Usamate has declared the strike unlawful, saying it is in breach of the Employment Relations Promulgation. Usamate says under the ERP, a notice of secret ballot must be provided to the Registrar of Trade Unions prior to any strike action. National Union of Hospitality, Catering and Tourism Industries Employees General Secretary Daniel Urai has written back to the Minister stating that the strike was not undertaken by the union.
Thanks so much for that update, Chris, and also a very big congratulations to you on the birth of your baby girl. 2014 is off to a great start for you.
Well, thank you.
Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama recently met with families at Votoa Housing Settlement on the Coral Coast to address their concerns regarding the lack of electricity in their community. The community's concerns, especially its impact on the children, prompted Bainimarama to visit them and look at ways of addressing their concerns. He has instructed the relevant authorities, including the Fiji Electricity Authority, to look at addressing their concerns. The Turanga Nikoro Eli Meleki Turanga Rongo thanked Bainimarama for his visit and talking to residents firsthand after the issue was raised with his office. Viewers of FBCTV will soon be able to watch the first national dance competition called Fiji's Dancing Superstar in the comfort of their homes. The Fiji Broadcasting Corporation today signed an agreement with the program's producer. Neelam Raj reports.
The nationwide competition is an initiative of Ganesha Productions based in Nadi. Over the past few months, auditions were held to select the best performers.
As we all know that the entertainment industry in Fiji has been growing, and by doing this we will still generate more entertainment films or other shootings that have been done in Fiji by using the local talent instead of bringing the overseas talent into our country.
Over 2,700 people turned up at various venues for auditions, giving judges the difficult task of narrowing down the list. The numbers were reduced to 85, out of which only 13 have been selected for the final competition.
We have selected the Super 12 contestants for the elimination round for the actual competition. One wildcard entry was been given, so the total right now we have the 13, but in 13 we have 2 which is in a group.
The local show will be aired on FBCTV every Monday at 6:30 p.m. starting from the 13th of January.
It has not been easy for us, but at the end of the day we have come up with the most prime time that we could give a local production like this, which is Monday straight after the news at 6:30 p.m.
From next February, FBC is expecting to air more local shows. Neelam Raj, FBC News.
The FBC 3112 Street Party has just started off with a blast this hour, and already people are heading to Maisuva Park in the capital to farewell 2013 and bring in the new year. Aliti Vervo with the story.
These grounds are expected to be swarming with people as they make their way down to the park to enjoy live entertainment and await the hours till midnight. Earlier in the day, despite the odd downpour, last-minute touches were being made to amenities. Several bands and shows have been lined up to keep the crowd on their feet.
We plan to welcome the new year in a big way with FBC. We have loads of live performances from local bands such as Tolu. We also have Sound of the Pacific. We also have Dandra Komoana, and we also have live performances from the Musti Dance Group and the Pacifica Voices.
The Fiji Police Force has scouted the area and will be out in numbers to ensure a safe celebration.
So generally throughout the division, our deployment is ready to provide that safety and security for the members of the public in welcoming 2014.
Food stalls, security and regular bus services until 1 in the morning have all been arranged for the partygoers. And the weather forecasters have predicted some showers in the capital this evening, but that shouldn't dampen spirits. After all, there is the age-old tradition of throwing a container or bucket of water on people for New Year's. Aliti Vervo, FBC News.
New mortuary service providers for Lautoka and Lambasa hospitals, that's coming up.
Now that's just another groove to kickstart your morning.
That's right. Good morning, Fiji. It's Gold FM bringing you the classic hits to fine-tune your morning.
And Fila still trying to fine-tune her voice.
And as always, Pedali still trying to wake up.
Now this is where you'll find us every morning from Monday to Friday.
On Daybreak with Pedali and Fina from 6 to 9. Join us.
Isambolo binaka. Nadango wadi soni nalai. Nama kio mani wasini ngono borota kina lali ne kabi. Mai na tolu kina bitu. Ena moni tingina por rombuka. Ena mbula FM. Na bandu ena serre.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. A 6-year-old boy drowned in a pond in Nandera Nasinu today. Police say the deceased had allegedly left home at midday without informing his parents. He was last seen by a neighbor walking along at the roundabout on the Vula Road. His body was later spotted in a pond by 2 women. Police are pleading with parents and guardians to closely monitor the movements of their children. Morgue services at the Lautoka and Lambasa hospitals will be provided by a private company as part of changes to health services undertaken by the Health Ministry. While the services will be of a different class, the general public can expect to pay a bit more than what was previously charged by the Ministry of Health. Aliti Verevo reports.
From midnight tonight, morgue services at the Lautoka and Lambasa Hospital will be taken over by Suva Funeral Directors Limited, currently operating in the capital city. National Manager La Vakavaka says that the company was successful in its tender and will be offering a one-stop shop at a price.
So our charges will not be different from Suva Morgue. They'll be all the same. So like we're doing now, it's the first 2 days that will be free. The third and fourth will be $34.50 each. And the 5th day onwards, until the last day, will be $80.50 per day. So that will be the charges that applies to all the mortuary in Suva, Lautoka and Lambasa.
Vakavaka says that the company is prepared for a backlash from the public, but hopes that the awareness campaign the company will undertake will be sufficient.
Well, actually, we know we'll be facing problems now because it'll be a new change for the public because for the government, usually they have 3 days free and $30 and $50. But for us, the charges have gone up. So they will be facing difficulties in public awareness. We have to tell the public. So on the 1st, I think we'll be coming up with a lot of difficulties in explaining, but we'll try all our best to get through to the public of the new changes.
Vakavaka adds that while their price may be more than what the Ministry of Health is currently offering, the services that they offer is money well spent. Aliti Verevo, FBC News.
As villagers of Vunidogoloa and Dakandrove prepare to move to their new village site early next month, they will take with them memories of the effect of climate change on their families and properties. Epeli Tokuasa reports.
Excitement is brewing in the air at Vunidogoloa. In the next few weeks, these families will be in their new homes. But this journey has not been an easy one. For years, families have suffered the brunt of the effects of climate change.
We always recall those hard times that we always go through in the past, something that we will never forget, and our children's lives and the way they think are always affected by what happened in our village.
The worst event was in 2003, where the village was hit by high tides and saltwater flooded properties.
Animals were killed, our farms were badly affected, and all our food was destroyed by water.
Sailo Shiramatu recalls seawater reaching his doorstep.
Some of the hard times and unfortunate events we go through every day. Nearly every day during high tide, water always comes into our village.
The village ground is riddled with holes.
Already built 2 seawalls to stop the water entering the village, but they were both destroyed by strong waves.
The government has arranged to have the villagers relocated to their new homes as early as next month. Epeli Tukuasa, FBC News.
Coming up in sports, Ben Ryan back in the country and ready to go.
Bola, oya wasala vilawa. Do pataki yao mena diwa kina tini karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina vagarumbuka. Kako ni valatana no musini sari na kaisa moriendo loloma leone vani ni nau. Omgori ke de mena diwa kina tini karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina vagarumbuka and Bula FM number 2 and sere.
How would you like to spend your morning? You could spend your morning like this. Or you could spend it like this.
Tune in to the Morning Ride every weekday morning from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. right here on Today FM, Today's Hit Music.
Welcome back. This is FBC Sports. Fiji Rugby Sevens coach Ben Ryan is back in the country. Already he has set his sights on 2014 and what he wants to achieve with the national side. He wants nothing less than full commitment from his brigade to ensure Sevens Rugby is back on top in the country. Indra Singh has more.
4:30 in the morning. It's back to the country for the man they call Fiji Sevens Guru. Ben Ryan is back basking in the sun and can't wait to get back into his job.
I've missed the team. I've missed
training with them. I enjoy their company hugely, and I'm looking forward to the competition in camp and over the next few months going around the islands and seeing what talent's available. But yeah, and I'm the same as the boys. I'm itching to get on the field again and get stuck into some hard training.
And while he has named his 23-member squad, there is no stopping new players from making the cut. In fact, Ryan doesn't want to put a full stop in roping the best talent around.
Well, you know the talent's there, and you know that 23 could be double probably. It's getting a number that gives the guys that are selected in that squad a chance for me to see them properly. But as with everything, you know, the door's open.
Meanwhile, while we farewell 2013, the year that Ryan came to Fiji, he is planning to make full use of his first ever New Year celebration in the country.
Yeah, really excited to be back in Fiji. I missed it when I was away at Christmas, and it's good to be here now and permanently. So I'm looking forward to that. First time at New Year in Fiji, we're actually lucky enough to be able to go out to one of the small islands in the Sawas with my wife and a good friend of mine, and we'll have a quiet New Year and getting our energy up for what's going to be an exciting 2014.
So it's a few days of rest and relaxation. Come Monday, it's back to business for Ryan and his brigade. Interesting, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Under-20 football coaching staff have set out plans to better the skill level of its players when they march into camp next week. And also, the door is not shut for those players who have missed the cut in the 30-member squad. This is mostly for players from the north.
If they still feel that they can make up the Under-20s, they can go and train with the Lambasa district team and prove themselves in the league, and then, of course, we will select them from there. The selection is still open.
Digicel Fiji consumers can expect some congestion in the network close to midnight tonight as they try to contact their loved ones for New Year's greetings. Chanel Sivan reports people need to make that call a bit early to avoid disappointment.
Thousands of Fijians will be making calls and texting close to midnight onwards to usher into the new year. This is a trend all over the world that mobile companies will have to handle.
What we know is that the New Year's Eve, there's a lot of traffic that goes through, both people trying to surf the net, people sending SMSs, and also calling loved ones to wish them a happy 2014. So I guess we're absolutely ready, but there will be times when every single person is trying to call at the same time. So I guess what we'd say in those sort of circumstances is just a little bit of patience. Eventually you'll be able to get through.
Mobile providers set up networks for busy everyday calls, but the New Year's Eve is a major hurdle for them. There will be technicians on standby for Digicel, not just monitoring Fiji, but calls from Tonga, Nauru and Vanuatu.
When 100% of the customers are all trying to call each other at the same time, there's going to be congestion. Okay, and people should. I want to be really open. I want people to realise that's going to happen. However, our network is ready. Our technicians are on standby. There's a lot of technicians also on call tonight, and we'll make sure that you're able to call. You're able to get through to your loved ones at some point.
It's expected that over 100,000 calls will be made at one time tonight. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
It was cloudy this morning in Suva and Savusavu. The other centres had fine weather. However, as the day developed, all centres recorded showers. Savusavu and Lambasa reached 33 degrees and Suva was the lowest at 29 degrees. For New Year's Day, expect showers in the afternoon at all the centres. However, there should be fine weather in the morning in Nadi, Lautoka, Ba and Lambasa. Further outlook is for moderate to rough seas. The main points again. A strike by employees of Sheraton hotels in Nadi today has been declared illegal. Prime Minister Vunidogoloa Bainimarama has directed FEA and other authorities to look at addressing electricity needs of the Votua community on the Coral Coast. And a 6-year-old boy drowned in a pond in Nandera Nasinu today. To this week's poll question, we're asking, should we have late night shopping? Visit our FBC website to answer. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your stories at FBC News or simply #FBC News. That's news for today, December 31st, 2013. Before we go, if you are in the Central Division, don't forget to come on down to my Suva Park at Nasese in Suva for the FBC December 3112 Street Party to usher in the new year with awesome entertainment provided by some of the best music groups in the country, and you'll get a chance to meet your favorite FBC radio and TV personalities. And on New Year's Eve, we leave you with greetings from Fijian soldiers and medical personnel in the Golan Heights. Menomunina maram.
Happy New Year.
Menomunina marani ambaki voni modemanda.
Go Fiji! Happy New Year from the medical team, Fiji headquarters to Golan Heights, Syria!
Sophie. And I'm Tix.
You can join us on the Breakfast Show
every weekday from Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. right here on Today FM.
That's right.
सूरज की पहली किरण के साथ दिन की शुरुआत कीजिए। सुबह का मंगल प्रभात आपको शुभ हो। सुबह सुबह हो खुशियों का मेला, ना लोगों की परवाह ना दुनिया का झमेला, पंछियों का संगीत हो और मौसम अलबेला। मुबारक हो आपको ये खूबसूरत सवेरा। हर सोमवार से लेकर शुक्रवार तक सुबह 6 से लेकर 9 बजे तक शामिल रहें रेडियो फिजी 2 पर हम सफर में रविंद्र सिंह के साथ।